This is the live broadcast footage of a well-known outdoor internet celebrity before his death. Just a few minutes later, as the video suddenly shook violently, he was stabbed and fell to the ground, bleeding heavily all over his body, and ultimately died from excessive blood loss despite resuscitation efforts. Investigation revealed that the crime was committed by an acquaintance. Today, let's take a closer look at the internet celebrity stabbing case. On December 4th, 2022, a streamer named Xiao Pang was walking on the streets of Nepal, starting an outdoor live broadcast with his two apprentices. At the beginning, Xiao Pang was happily interacting with his fans, while the two apprentices walked ahead, enjoying the street scenes of Nepal. However, just a few minutes later, the camera started shaking violently, accompanied by screams of pain, and then the video froze. By the time nearby pedestrians reacted, Xiao Pang was already on the ground clutching his stomach. It turned out that just moments before, a man with a knife darted out from the crowd and repeatedly stabbed Xiao Pang. After committing the attack, he did not stop. Instead, he turned his knife towards the two apprentices. One apprentice named Xiao Simba was stabbed several times, while another named Xinyai escaped into an alley after narrowly escaping. The attacker did not leave the scene. Instead, he kept shouting loudly. At first, no one rushed to help Xiao Pang, but as more onlookers gathered, the attacker was subdued on the spot, and Xiao Pang was sent to the local hospital for emergency treatment. However, unfortunately, due to excessive blood loss, Xiao Pang could not be saved. Although Xiao Simba survived, he suffered serious injuries. Sunu. Local media in Nepal reported on the incident. What shocked everyone was that the attacker was actually a Chinese national. Not only that, he had known Xiao Pang for some time, and their complicated grudges go back a long way. Xiao Pang's real name was Gan Xiaoshang. At the time of the incident, he was 29 years old, and at 18, he boldly went to Zambia, working as a chef in a Chinese-owned enterprise there. Xiao Pang was cheerful, friendly to everyone, and quickly adapted to local life, getting along well with the locals. Through introductions, Xiao Pang met a girl named Maggie, developing a deep relationship with her, and also getting along well with her family. Once, Maggie's house unfortunately collapsed, almost costing her father's life. Without hesitation, Xiao Pang helped the family rent a house and provided financial support. In 2016, with the rise of internet platforms, Xiao Pang started making short videos just for fun. As few people were sharing African life online at that time, his appearance felt very fresh to everyone, and he quickly gained many followers. With a fan base, Xiao Pang began exploring ways to monetize. He started by teaching locals to speak Chinese, then launched a business shooting blessing videos, becoming one of the first internet celebrities to rise through African lifestyle videos. After Xiao Pang earned money, he did not forget his original intentions. He was enthusiastic about various public welfare causes and donated frequently. However, as he became wildly popular, many people seemed to see business opportunities. Thus, many young people from home came to Zambia chasing internet fame, and Xiao Pang took on apprentices accordingly, forming his own team. For example, the influencers Xiao Simba and Xinyai featured at the start were brought up by Xiao Pang. In 2017, Xiao Pang brought Magui back to China as his girlfriend. Magui and his younger brother Sangu both created their own accounts. They gained nearly 1 million followers. In the eyes of many internet celebrities venturing into Africa, Xiao Pang was seen as a warm-hearted and kind person. An influencer named Xiao Yueyu said, "Almost all these African streamers have received help from Xiao Pang, but it was precisely his kindness that led him to encounter the killer who stabbed him to death." Ayun, who is also a live streamer. Ayun's real name is Feng Changyun. He was born in 1984 in Lupan Shui City, Guizhou Province, and only entered the short video industry in 2019. In the beginning, Ayun was filming videos in Vietnam. Based on his content, His expressive ability and logical thinking were not very good, which may explain why he never made much progress. Seeing that his followers did not grow much, Ayun planned to follow other streamers by going to Africa. And so, in April of 2020, he flew to Zambia. That day, Xiao Pang happened to be at the airport picking up a friend and ran into Ayun just after he got off the plane. Seeing Ayun was alone, the kind-hearted Xiao Pang decided to help Ayun find a place to stay, saving him a lot on hotel expenses. Xian. But Ayun has a different version of how they met. He said someone helped him with the visa. An intermediary arranged for someone to pick him up, and took him to the village to stay after arriving at Ondola Airport, Africa. It was to assist my entry. Qian Dao Jiangsu Xiun Shan sent a black driver to pick me up. To enter the village, not the despicable Xiao Pang, Gan Xiao Xiong did not take me there. He is deceiving fans and family. He is lying. While filming this video, it is clear that the relationship between Xiao Pang and Ayun has deteriorated. So what exactly happened that caused their feud? From some videos Ayun filmed, we can see he seems to be a strange person, and his personality is indeed rather introverted. This caused Ayun not to make many friends locally, and many people did not like him much. Not only that, Ayun, having just arrived in Zambia, also suffered from poor adaptation to the environment, and only recovered after having a cold for many days. During one of Xiao Pang's live streams, Ayun, just recovered from a cold, appeared, standing with some local black people under a tree, and told Xiao Pang's fans to pay more attention to him. However, an African woman, later called a tigress by netizens, suddenly picked up a basin of water and splashed it onto Ayun. This sudden splash shocked both Ayun and Xiao Pang. Ayun feared catching a cold again, while Xiao Pang, behind the screen, smiled smugly. What if I don't catch a cold? For a moment, the audience's response was very enthusiastic. Some accused Xiao Pang of bullying Ayun, while others thought it was to help Ayun gain followers. But in the end, Ayun still spoke to the camera, asking friends to follow him. Besides this farce, another incident also worsened their relationship. According to Ayun, one time Xiao Pang told him to get a better phone because it would improve the video quality. Ayun agreed, and coincidentally, Xiao Pang's apprentice was willing to help, earning money domestically, so he gave the money for the phone to Xiao Pang. But in the end, the phone was never received, and 9,000 yuan vanished without a trace. In the year 2021, in June, Xiao Pang was infected with COVID-19, quarantining alone in his room. And during this time, meals were provided by a woman named Sister Chi. One day, Sister Chi delivered food to Xiao Pang as usual, and seeing Ayun was pitiful. She kindly packed an extra meal and brought it to Ayun. But on the other side, Ayun believed it was food that Xiao Pang had already eaten, contaminated with the virus, thinking Xiao Pang was trying to frame him. After that, he posted several videos criticizing him. We no longer have any contact, and suddenly you send that food for me to eat again in 33 seconds? I saw through your intentions. I truly feel your conscience is troubled. Where has your conscience gone? I just want to ask you. After all these events happened, Xiao Pang and Ayun were completely at odds. Ayun regarded Xiao Pang as an enemy and hated him deeply. From the second half of the year 2021, Xiao Pang and several others left Zambia one after another due to visa issues, traveling with Maguire in Thailand and several countries including Malaysia. Xiao Simba and Xinyi often accompanied them. Meanwhile, Ayun, who also left Zambia, went to Pakistan and several other countries one after another, finally arriving in Nepal in September of 2022. Besides posting daily updates and live streams on his account, Ayun occasionally shouted messages at Xiao Pang from a distance, saying he must confront him face to face to settle the score. He seemed to know that this kind of shouting could also bring some attention to himself. Faced with this, Xiao Pang did not respond, but Jinyi stepped forward to defend his master, verbally insulting Ayun, and even spoke fiercely about life-or-death struggles. In July of 2022, Xiao Pang's apprentice, Xiao Simba, arrived in Nepal. A few months later, Xiai also flew there. December 3rd, which was the day before the incident, Xiao Pang met with his 2 apprentices in Nepal. All along, Xiao Pang had ignored Ayun's shouting, but it was his carelessness that turned this trip to Nepal into a desperate escape. On the second day after Xiao Pang arrived in Nepal, the group went to Indra Square Commercial District to live stream. Xiao Simba and Shi walked ahead, while Maguire and his brother casually browsed behind. During this time, Xiao Pang was interacting with the audience, completely unaware that a man wearing a hat suddenly appeared just to his front left. Just like that, he and his apprentice, Xiao Simba, were stabbed and fell to the ground one after another. After the incident, Ayun was subdued on the spot by the crowd. Xiao Pang and Xiao Simba were both sent to the hospital, and after 6 hours of emergency treatment, both were temporarily stabilized. Ji and others also rushed to the hospital. However, just minutes later, Xiao Pang was pronounced dead. Upon hearing this news, his girlfriend Maguire felt immense grief. She posted a long tribute mourning Xiao Pang, and Xiao Pang's family later rushed to Nepal to assist the police with the aftermath. After the incident, it caused a huge uproar on the internet. Some said Xiao Pang was bullying others too much, and Ayun was forced into a corner, while others claimed Ayun was the bully, and Xiao Pang should not associate with such a person. But no matter what really happened between the two, Xiao Pang did not deserve to die. As compatriots, Ayun not only showed no gratitude for Xiao Pang's help, but constantly suspected him with the worst intentions. It was his unhealthy personality that caused this tragedy. Because Nepal does not have the death penalty, after 2 trials, Ayun was sentenced to 25 years in prison.